What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to RJ Media. I am Rob. So it's Tuesday after the Super Bowl. Chiefs won 25-22, and what I personally thought was one of the better games I've ever seen. It was just, it was basically, it came down to coaching, and that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. Is the thing that's really just going to hold the Jets back, even with, whatever anticipated moves they're going to make, both in the draft and free agency, just Aaron Rodgers coming back, hopefully healthy. I think the one thing that's really just going to set this team back, and it's just really going to hold this team back, regardless of who they bring in personnel-wise, coaching staff-wise, it's going to be coaching. And a lot of that falls on Robert Saleh. I talked about this in my last video. He considers himself a CEO type head coach, overseeing the entire organization and the effectiveness on it. And two sides of the ball played really well, defense and special teams. But then you had the offense where from week one, after Rodgers goes down, it's just, this offense is just singing a completely different tune. They just look out of sync, out of touch. They don't adjust. They don't look explosive whatsoever. There's really nothing. It's predictable. They don't run anything that really inspires a lot of confidence. And when you get into the playoffs, say the Jets do get into the playoffs, whether they squeak in or whatever, you're going to go up against the best coaching. And you saw that with Shanahan and Andy Reid, and that their coaching staff's just adjusting, drive after drive after drive, whether it was to take away a certain player or adjusting due to injuries or whatever the case may be. That's the type of coaching you're going to go ahead against in the playoffs. And I know all of my videos have pretty much been negative for the most part, but that's because the Jets they haven't proven anything. They haven't shown anything. In the last 13 years, nothing's changed. And I honestly don't think there's a single member on this coaching staff that can, or a single person they can bring in, outside of head coach and stuff like that, because that's not going to change. I'm talking about, position coaches, stuff like that. There's not a single person on this coaching staff, except for maybe Ulbrich, who can really go toe-to-toe with any of these top coaches in the league. Going against Andy Reid, again, when we played the Chiefs earlier in the season, again, that was Ulbrich scheming that defense. That was Ulbrich getting that defense in position to play at a high level and perform well against Patrick Mahomes. And when it comes to, as far as Saleh goes, it's just he doesn't do anything. He doesn't have any input on anything. That's why the whole, he comments from Woody saying, Saleh's going to focus on the offense, and that's something that just should have been done. If you're CEO head coach and you're seeing this week in and week out, I don't know what you're seeing in practice to where you're saying, yeah, that's a good game plan. Good game plan for this game. And then when the time comes, it's just, this offense doesn't do anything, and you have no input. You don't talk to anybody. You don't talk to the players. You don't talk to the coaches, and you don't have a play sheet in your hand. You don't even know what's going on. So realistically, getting into the playoffs, where again it's a chess match, who is Saleh out coaching? Who is he out scheming? Who is he out preparing? He's not doing any of that. It doesn't matter if Rodgers throws for 10,000 yards and 100 touchdowns. It's the coaching staff that has to come up with the game plan. And sure, Rodgers will have some input in it, and he'll make adjustments as he sees fit once he's at the line of scrimmage. But it's the coaching staff's responsibility to get this team ready, make adjustments, come up with a plan, and then on top of that, everything you heard in the Deanna Rossini report and Zach Rosenblatt report about how Hackett is just lazy and he doesn't get together with his full offensive staff until, it's almost game time and stuff. And it's just, this isn't a recipe for success. You can't succeed with that. Even though they're going to do this whole collaboration on offense, well, now you have a bunch of different minds talking, trying to come up with something, all of which who have not been successful, and now you have Hackett's going to be calling the plays anyway. So I truly think that's the limitation for the Jets. It's just how good their coaching staff is. Like I said, it doesn't matter who they bring in, who's healthy, who's not. You need good coaching to win, to really, truly successfully win in this league, meaning win a championship, win in the playoffs. And the Jets don't have that. And that's why running it back was just such a mystery to me. It's, especially after Woody's comments, it's, you're saying how bad this offense has been and how this offense needs to be better, how we need to score. But then you don't make significant changes. You don't really change anything. You change a couple positional coaches, okay, whatever. But ultimately, it falls on it falls on Robert Saleh, and it falls on Nate Hackett to have this game plan ready. So, if Saleh's had no input, it just seems like he has no desire to have any input on the offense. At least the past season it didn't. And so what is he going to bring to the table to jumpstart this offense? Honestly, to me, it's nothing. He hasn't provided anything. Maybe it's because he can't provide anything. It's just, I don't know. This is going to be a bigger, to me, I feel like it's going to be a bigger waste of a year than it was this past year because, everyone's coming back. Well, not everyone, but, you have Rodgers coming back healthy. You're going to add all these pieces, but the biggest detriment to this team is still here. So, that's just, also I want to say, I know I spoke on the Woody comments last video, but one other thing that really annoyed me was him throwing Zach underneath the bus. And, saying we don't have a backup quarterback and all that stuff, which, look, Zach didn't play great. He improved a little, but he didn't play great. But the thing is, he shouldn't have been out there. He wasn't supposed to be out there. And to say that, Zach Wilson is the reason why this offense has been so bad past 2 years. Look, the Jets being bad isn't just a 2-year thing. We've been bad for 13 years. So who are we putting the blame on for the other 11? This team has just not been good for, you had 2015, but that is more of an anomaly than anything. So who are we putting the blame on? I just thought it was a classless move to throw Zach under the bus, a guy that's going to be out of here this offseason. Everybody knows it. Woody Johnson not holding any press conferences at the end of the season to talk about the issues, what they're going to do to fix it going forward, but instead puts out new uniforms and raises prices and wants the money early. And then you're going to call Zach out for a player that had no business of even seeing the field this year. This is supposed to be his redshirt year, and I don't know. I just thought it was classless. I thought it was a dick move, really, to be honest. Because again, who we blaming for the other 11 years then? It's an organizational issue, but neither here nor there. That's just my 2 cents. I think it's just this coaching staff is just it's what's going to prevent the Jets from ever really doing anything noteworthy. Yeah. But, leave the comments down below. Tell me what you think. Is it the coaching staff? Is it the quarterback, the line? What is the issue that's going to hold this team back this year? Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And until then, talk to you later.